why some homes don't sell, that's a nice topic. We hear that a lot. We see so many properties that sitting on the market for 90 to 180 days on the market, not selling.
Yeah.
Why do you think it happens?
Okay. There are 3 reasons why properties don't sell. The price is too high.
Agree.
The price doesn't work. It's a horrible price.
What about the condition?
Price.
Well, price.
It always comes back to price. I don't care what you're selling. I could sell this right now if I priced it right. I can go put it online for 25 cents. Somebody's going to buy it. I can sell this table for $25. Somebody's going to buy it. I can sell this mic for $100, but I can't sell this table for $100. I can't sell this mic for $3,000, and I can't sell this thing for $5.
Correct.
It makes no sense. And so I have to price it right. That is the problem. Another example, we got all these real world examples. We have a seller, we've been working with her for months. I don't know how long, I think almost a year now. She has her property listed at $799. Okay.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. The ARV, the value of the property fully fixed up, is $750. And so, why do you have it listed at $799 and then you're telling me to buy your home because we saw it in person and it's in good condition? Okay, means nothing when the price is $49,000 above the ARV. It makes no sense.
It makes no sense. On top of that, we are investors.
Yeah.
We also need to make some profit as well. We are not hiding that, right?
Not
if
at all.
we give you the terms, which we can buy fast, we can buy it as is, like we already talked about it, and we can close on your timeline. Those are very good terms that works perfectly for most of all the people. Most of the sellers, that's what they want, right?
Yeah.
They need to compromise a little bit. We're not talking about lowball. We're talking about normal price that it's going to be fair to you, fair to us. We can make some profit out of it. And you're going to have the terms. Many times the terms worth more than an extra 20, 30,000 to the sellers.
100%.
And you also mentioned something about they didn't price it right. Now, the reason is because when they sell the property, they list the property in the price that they need to get the money to move to a different state or buy a different house that's worth X amount, or they have debt that they need to pay. So they're trying to sell a house that's worth 500. They're trying to get 550, 560. They're never going to get this price. In the best scenario, they might going to get 500 if it's fully fixed up. So another issue, this is the agents, by the way. I know we talk about the agents a lot, but unfortunately, the agents, instead of telling the sellers, hey, seller, I mean, your house worth 500. We cannot list it at 550, 560. There's no miracles. I mean, that's not the market for miracles.
If here's a rule of thumb, I like simplifying it. If your agent has a second job, that means he's reliant on this income. And so he's going to try to get you to list it as much as possible. And sometimes as much as not possible. And so he's incentivized to try to squeeze out as much commission as he can from you. If they have a second job, do not list with them. Don't
hire them.
I would even say you might as well go for sale by owner if you're going to list with someone with a second job. They know what they're doing 50% of the time. You see what I'm saying?
By the way, I think about 50% of the entire agents nationwide, that's their second job.
Exactly.
So if it's your second job, it means you're occupied between 9 to 5, right? So even if you have offers or you have inquiries, you're not available on the phone. And you have a seller under contract with you that they need to sell the house, otherwise they're gonna lose money or they're gonna be into bigger debt.
Exactly.
Why to do that? Why to do so?
There's 2.1 agents per active listing right now, okay? That means that half of the agents that you talk to, they made no money. They're super desperate, and they probably don't know what they're doing. And once you get to them, like I said before, they're going to try their hardest. If the house is worth $380 max, they're going to list it at $440.
Yeah.
And then you're going to be sitting for 6 months wondering why it's not selling, because you let a guy who knows half the business, and probably not even that. If you spend half the time, that means you only know a quarter of the business.
Exactly.
And you let that guy tell you what to do and what's best for in terms of selling your house. And some of these sellers intuitively know. You know, they'll call us and
How many times we offered creative ways to purchase a house to agents and they immediately declined that because of no knowledge?
90% of the time.
Because of they have no knowledge,
Yeah.
but that's actually was the best scenario for their seller.
100%.
And if we would talk directly to the seller, the seller would say yes, let's do it.
The same seller who had it listed at $799, her agent told her, we were working on a novation, which is our equity protection program with her. And her agent told her not to do that. Why? Why would she do that? You thought it was better to list at $799 on a $750 ARV when we are being absolutely realistic. And by now, the house would have been sold and renovated by us.
Yeah.
100%. And she would have walked away, because she's paying her mortgage, by the way. She would have walked away with more money. She's going to walk away with less money at a way higher list price because of how many mortgage payments she's made over this past 2 years she's been trying to sell it. And only a year since we've been talking.
Definitely.
So she's literally shooting herself in the foot.
Yeah.
She's aiming a gun in the air, $799, goes up, bullet comes down here in the foot. That's what happens. The last thing I would say on price, or the last thing I would say as to why properties are not selling, don't overcomplicate it. It's not rocket science. It's not difficult. It comes down to your price being too high. Lower the price.